Hey guys, I want to give you a quick rundown on what makes a really good body paragraph so that you guys write really good body paragraphs for your next essay. So, as we learned about, body paragraphs are the meat of your essay. They contain all of the proof for your thesis, and without them, your thesis means nothing. So, obviously, they're pretty important. They are multi-layered. And when I say multi-layered, I mean that in one body paragraph you will have a main idea, evidence to support the idea, explanation of the evidence, which is usually your opinion, showing how the evidence ties back to your thesis, and transitions, both between ideas in the paragraph and between paragraphs themselves. On top of all that, you need to connect all of these things back to the central thesis. I know it's a lot going on, but let's break it down so that you might see how you can do this yourself and it's not so hard. Remember we talked about levels of specificity in class, so that's part of the multi-layered nature of the body paragraph. You're going to have different levels that get more and more specific because you remember you want to show and not tell, and this will really convince the reader of your main idea, of your thesis. So your level 1 sentence is going to be your main idea, and that's usually going to come in the topic sentence. Okay? Level 2 ideas, these are more specific explanations of the main ideas, and these are going to be interspersed throughout the paragraph. And then the level 2 sentences are followed by level 3 sentences, which are even more specific explanations of the level 2 sentence. This is where you're using facts, quotes, stats, specific examples to really show your point, not just tell the reader, okay? Remember, after you give these level 3 ideas, you need to make sure you create unity and coherence by explaining, sorry, my mouse is broken, how the evidence ties back to your thesis. Some ways that you can do this, you can say, in other words, this evidence suggests, this shows, as you can see, you get the point. These explanations are very, very important because this is where your opinion really comes through. And last but not least, you need a concluding sentence that should summarize all of the ideas you've brought up. And sometimes your concluding sentence will lead the reader into the next point. Sorry, this mouse. Okay. It's a good idea to connect the ideas of one paragraph with the next paragraph. And you can do that in the concluding sentence or in the topic sentence of the next paragraph. Alright, let me give you an example of what an outline would look like for a body paragraph. Alright, don't be scared. There's a lot of text here. So, here you can see, I will post this all for you so you can look at this Google Doc. My level 1 sentence is the main idea of the paragraph. Corn has negative effects on our health. Level 1, pretty vague. In order to prove this, I need to go deeper and get more specific. So I have 2 level 2 ideas that are stemming from this idea. Okay, and they're both going to appear in the paragraph. So I'm first going to start over here, talking about how corn, sorry, okay, save and close. This doesn't want to work. Okay. How corn has led to increased rates of obesity in the U.S. Okay, that's a little bit more specific than this level 1 idea. But to prove this idea, I need level 3 ideas, meaning specific examples. So let's go even deeper here. And I'm going to reference Zinczenko's article. So I'll start with, for example, Corn is one of the predominant ingredients in fast food items because it's so cheap. As discussed by Zinczenko in his article, Don't Blame the Eater, people are more prone to eating it. As Zinczenko confirms, actually 30% of new cases of diabetes in children are obesity related. This shows that corn plays a significant role in the obesity epidemic because it is in fast food. Do you see how I'm getting specific, showing with specific examples how corn is related to obesity? And then I need this explanation sentence here so that the reader can follow me, follow how I'm using this evidence and relating it back to this idea here, which leads back to this idea that corn is negative, has negative effects on our health. So I state this and these ideas, and then I'm going to move on to a new idea, which is a level 2 idea. Additionally, corn exists in many processed and chemical forms that appear in many things we consume. This isn't healthy, right? Okay, let's give the reader some examples and go even deeper into that idea. For example, it appears in modified starch, glucose syrup, ascorbic acid, crystalline fructose, lactic acid, MSG, caramel color, and xanthan gum. Alright, so here I'm giving specific examples that illustrate this point. Then I'm going to give a quote here. Todd Dawson, a biologist at UC Berkeley, has performed studies on the human body by looking at the carbon present in our cells. His research shows that humans now look like corn chips with legs. And then I do proper citation. I got it from Paulin's book, page 13. And so here I have these details, and I need to explain them. As the evidence suggests, this much unnatural corn product in our systems cannot be healthy. Now that's my opinion, that's my explanation, that this is me connecting the evidence back to the main idea here, that corn is processed and in many chemical forms, which relates back to the level 1 idea here that it negatively affects our health. Lastly, all we need is a concluding sentence. Overall, in conclusion, lead the reader into your next paragraph. Maybe you'll say, corn is negatively affects our health, but this makes sense because it is so cheap. And then my next paragraph will be about the cause, right? Which is corn is so affordable, and I'll tell you why. Okay? I hope this elucidates how to form and write an excellent, stellar body paragraph. I can't wait to read yours, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.